Hi, everybody. I'm here with Becky Loftus. She is CCFLT's 2021 Teacher of the Year. So good to see you, Becky.
Hi, Julie Doyle. It's so good to see you.
I miss seeing you in person, I must say.
Oh, big hugs, totally.
Elbow.
It's going to be a lot of elbows this year, isn't it?
Yes, I guess so. I guess so. But it's going to be hugs before too long, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how does it feel being the CCFLT Teacher of the Year?
Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how excited I am. I am beyond excited. Following so many amazing teachers. And Shannon Ruiz. Did you know Shannon Ruiz and I went through induction together, and seeing him do it? Andrea Leslie, one of the most wonderful women I have ever met. And of course, the usual famous people like Tony Tyson and Leslie Davison, all of these amazing people, Lulu. So many amazing teachers have been Teacher of the Year for Colorado. And I wanted to do that. And so I'm not going to lie, guys. This is my third try. And I have a lot of stories about being the normal teacher, trying a lot, trying to succeed numerous times at something and not giving up. Passing my place test was a ridiculous try and try again. Becoming, this Teacher of the Year is just amazing. And it feels like if you really truly want something, and if you work hard enough and you try hard enough and you really believe in yourself, and it can happen. So, and if it can happen to me, people, you can do it too. Anybody can do it. You just got to have your mindset and work really hard. It's not easy. Nothing's easy and nothing is handed to you. Everything comes with a price and hard work. Yeah. And I love it. I'm so happy.
I'm happy for you, and I think you totally belong among all those great teachers.
Oh, thank you
Really
so much.
Really happy for you. Speaking of great teachers, you and I both know so many great teachers, and we know they're out there. Especially, our CCFLT members, world language teachers, so many creative and inspired people. What advice do you have for them, so that, to help them get the recognition that they should get?
Okay. Well, it's all the quotes, like if at first you don't succeed, try again. Never, 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 never quit by Winston Churchill. If it's easy, it's not worth it. Mm-hmm. And if it's hard, you're going to love it, appreciate it, respect it so much more. It really is about effort and putting all of your heart into something, and love, like your classroom or your profession. If you really want to be really, really good at it, you can't just sit there and not do anything and create a better teacher or a better person. Just spent 2 glorious days on an online class, trying to be better still. Each year, each kid is different, just continuing to get better. That's what I say. And any teacher, if you put your mind to whatever you want, you can do it, but it takes work.
Thank you. And speaking about the kids, everybody that knows you knows that you're famous for engaging your kids and building relationships with them, and everybody's favorite teacher wherever you go. How do you do that?
Well, you build relationships from the get-go, and you know as well as I do, Julie, that when you walk into the room, they are the most important thing there. Or if it's the other thing where we were talking, where if you're sitting at a desk and you're working on your computer and a child walks into your room, stop what you're doing, turn around and look them directly in the eye, because they are the most important thing in your life, not what's on your computer, not what is happening on your phone. These kids really need to feel that they are the most important thing in your life. And if they do feel that, then you won't have problems with discipline. You will have immediate community. They will feel like siblings more than classmates. It's magical, and it's all starts with you, the teacher.
So
It's true.
you're really trying to bring that sort of, make it a family culture in.
Absolutely. We teach one of the most brave subjects, if that makes sense.
Oh
You
yeah.
have to be brave to speak the language. You don't want to sound stupid. Now, we teach middle and high school. High schoolers probably are more challenging because they really don't want to feel stupid talking in front of their peers, right? So the affective filter needs to be lowered. Part of lowering it in my middle school classroom is to making everyone feel loved. Even if there is a giggle or a snicker that's more like a sister or a brother or whatever. And but I absolutely feel that's imperative for lowering the filter, and then giving them lots of opportunities to feel safe in using the language.
So
Yeah.
really just making them feel loved, making them feel safe, and then they're more receptive to taking
To,
those risks that you have to take to learn a language.
oh, 100%. And then once they see the risk working out, then it's not as scary. You know, when they're
Mhm.
successful and their classmates understand exactly what they said, they're comprehensible. You know, that's the most important, joyous part of teaching language.
Becky, I think we all know, all teachers know that this is going to be a very difficult challenge, let's say challenging year. Um, we at Jeffco are starting remotely, and what are you most concerned about for this very, very different year?
My biggest concern is my colleagues that are at risk, and my colleagues who have family members who are at risk, and that is my biggest concern. My fellow teachers, and I love them so much, and I worry about them, but I'm not that. I'm going in full loaded. I'm ready. I'm going back. Um, and I think my biggest concern virtually is making the connections and building community, and continuing to show them that you care. But even with mask or online, you can't really feel that magic, or it's not the same. I feel like, they need our hugs, or they need our elbows, and to see us. They need to be able to see my face if I'm smiling or laughing, or, and I'm a very animated person, and I can put more makeup on my eyes and make it, I do acting too. So I can show emotion with my eyes, but those little boogers can't. And how many times have you had a child in the back of the room who has zero affect, but you learn at parent-teacher conferences that you're their favorite teacher, and they're so happy to be in there, and you're like, whoa,
I
I
know.
never saw that, right? It's
Right.
worse like this. This is going to be hard. And then what about the hearing impaired? I'm hearing impaired. I have to look at your lips to hear you. So I'm going to need a shield. Or kids, how am I going to understand them? I don't know. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to do my very, 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 very best. And I'm hoping and praying that parents and administrators and everybody understands that we are doing our very, very best. That's what I'm hoping.
Have you considered putting on your school list those masks that you can see somebody's mouth for the hearing impaired?
Well, that's a great idea. And tomorrow I'm going to write it down. Tomorrow, I am going to a school meeting for lunch, and it's a Q&A for our teachers and with our new principal. So I'm very excited about that, and that's a great idea. Because I think being hearing impaired, one, myself, and I do have hearing impaired students as well, but don't you look at lips when you learn how to speak a language? Where are you putting your tongue? Where's your, how do you do that? I study people's lips to see how they did that forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. That's true. And you have a little time left this summer, obviously. And I know for me, I have really been working on my Zen as I prepare to go back for what's going to be, a challenging year. What are you doing to take care of yourself?
Oh my goodness. Well, most of you know that I play a character at the Colorado Renaissance Fair, and that was canceled this year. So my summer home is an RV when I live down there. So my husband and I have been taking my summer home all around and using it that way to social distance with each other. And most people have gotten really sick of their spouses, or to maybe, but not me and Corey, the Colonel. The Colonel and I are doing great. He's discovered fishing and kayaking, and it's the most wonderful thing in the world to actually see him retire. He has changed, and it's made me happy because he's just having a great time and we're having fun. So being outdoors as much as possible, breathing the fresh Colorado air and enjoying our beautiful state. And then I got to go to Arizona too on a little camping trip. So thank goodness for my summer home.
We're so lucky to be in Colorado and to have this beautiful outdoors, which we're allowed to enjoy. I feel so bad for people in big cities that all the things that they enjoy are closed. Theaters and concerts and restaurants but for us, it's so easy to adapt and say, you know what, I'm going to go for a hike. I'm going to go for a bike ride.
Right.
You don't have to be cooped up.
Right. We have the most beautiful trails and state parks. We are truly blessed. You're right.
I think the whole country is tired of us bragging about how beautiful it is here. So I will go to the next question. I know my family is, for sure. It's like I'll be in LA with my sister. Look at that sunset. Oh well, yeah, you should see the sunsets in Colorado. Nothing's good enough, is it? Once you've lived here, nothing's good.
True.
So my next question for you is,
important.
As you know, we stopped I think we stopped teaching in person around May 17th or something around there. Oh, March 17th, somewhere around there.
It was March 13th, Friday the 13th, dude.
Friday the 13th. Oh, it's great that the last normal day was Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Nice. Okay. Anyway.
I'll never forget it.
And we all learned some new skills. We all learned that we are capable of things we didn't realize we were capable of. I saw it in all the Jeffco teachers and teachers around the country that I've been following. So what new tools have you added to your toolkit?
Wow! For the last 2 days, I have been creating my Bitmoji classroom, and I am loving it. I'm probably going to love it way more than kids, but I don't care. I love it. I think they're going to love it too. How much fun it was to go in and build it and and create a really interactive, fun, cute way to asynchronously teach online, have a holding place for all your materials, including your grade book, a link to Google Classroom, a link to your syllabus, everything in the Bitmoji classroom. It is amazing. That's my passion.
Is this something that teachers can learn how to do on their own, or did you take a class in it?
Now, I did take a class with La Maestra Loca,
Mhm.
and her website is called Learning with La Loca. So it is so easy to follow, and it's reasonably cheap. So reasonably cheap. And once you buy it and download it, you get to keep it forever and ever and ever. It's yours. And so you can rewatch it if you're one of those learners that likes to rewatch or hear something or go back and refer. You can do that. It's not a one and done thing. And yeah, it's really awesome. I enjoyed it. And I'm tech savvy, so it was real easy. And then I spent the last 2 days doing it because I became obsessed. I mean, everything in the picture that you can click and make it go somewhere else, like little ear pods, which was the cutest idea ever, is now, if you click it, goes to my Spotify and plays my clean Spanish music list, for 3 creeks, so another one, you click a picture of Senor Woolley and I on a desk, and it takes you to Senor Woolley's website. It's just cool. It's cool. And I think the kids will like it because it's like, oh, I'm going to click this. I'm going to click this. I'm going to click this, and
Is this something that a relatively techie teacher, assuming that there's going to be a pretty big squeeze on this year on budgets, is this something that a relatively techie teacher could learn on their own?
Yes, absolutely. If you have a tech friend, or a teacher friend who has done it, have them share theirs with you, and then you can adjust it and change it to make it your own. If you have a friend, just reach out and say, hey, can I see yours? And then in Google, because it's all done in Google Slides and Google Classroom, Google Slides. So you can share so easily with all of your friends. And then, adapt. That's what I plan on doing. I plan on helping teachers, not giving them the things that they can learn from La Loca, of course, but help them, take that information and make it their own. It's so easy. Oh my gosh, so easy.
Well, that makes sense, because I know a lot of teachers like to dabble in things before they invest in them, obviously.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's nice to be able to check it out and then see if you want to go
Yes.
further with it.
Yeah. And then like Bitmoji, first of all, have you made one?
No.
Okay. That's step 1.
I'm going to check it out right after we hang
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
Because
I've been hearing so much about it from a lot of people, and I saw the little bit you posted on Facebook, and it does look amazing.
Oh, it's so dang fun. It's addicting. It's addicting.
Cool. So what do you want your students to know? What do you want them to know, since you can't see them in person?
What am I getting? Yeah. Okay. So the 15% or so that are going to stay home at my school. So 85% of the parents want to send their students to our school. 15% want them to stay home. So I'm assuming I'm not going to get to see, but I'm 100% for the first 2 weeks that I am not going to see, right? Is that right? For so many weeks.
That's a lot of math for a Spanish teacher, but
isn't it? But I've been reading it. I've been reading our school reports, and I'm very interested. We have. I'm so excited for the new year, even though it's the strangest year I've ever had in my entire life. I have a new leader, and I'm very excited. So,
well, then let me rephrase that based on what you just said. Just in general, what do you want your students to know when they come into your class?
I want them
online or in person.
I want them to know that I love them unconditionally, and that I believe in them, and that we together will make it through anything. We can do it. We're gonna laugh, we're gonna cry, we are gonna have one heck of a year, but you got some place to come and feel that you are welcome, and I want you here. And it's going to be really hard. Yeah. So I want them to feel that, even if it's just online for them, for my little 15% that I don't get to elbow touch, or look at every day in person, I want them to know that I believe in them, even though I'm not there next to them, that they have somebody that really truly believes in them.
It's interesting you say that because, that's something have always heard, that, that you need to believe in your students, you need to believe in your students. And I was just reading in one of my books, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to plug a book, but it's Bold School. And I didn't really realize that it's actually the number one high leverage strategy for student success. Literally, with numbers and research. Wow, that's
Cool,
the whole
right?
thing. Believing they can succeed is the whole key. It's interesting. I mean, we've heard it over and over again, but it's verifiable.
Isn't that funny? That almost made me cry.
Mm.
Well, statistics with heart. Wow, how about that? Because I'm not a big, math person or whatever. I teach mostly with love and not, born again strategy, but learning that as I'm doing it all along, the things I do are called, best practices and good strategies.
High leverage strategies, wow. Yes. High
right, I'm just
number one, actually.
Right. That's cool. Thanks, Julie Boyle.
Cool. Hey, thank you. I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I appreciate you taking time out of your summer, which is so quickly evaporating, to be with me.
Oh, can you believe it? I'm like planning my last camping trip with the honey. Gonna go camping and fishing again one more time.
Have so much fun. I love you. Bye-bye.
I love you, Julie.